Hi, welcome to English Hamster. Are you learning English? Great. Here we learn through stories. They are simple and interesting. You can improve English while learning knowledge. Remember to subscribe, like and comment. Let's get started.
Have you ever thought about your brain as a tool? Not just a regular tool, but the most powerful one you have. It's like the engine of a car. If you know how to use it well, it can take you anywhere. But most people don't know how to use their brain for success, especially when it comes to making money. Let's imagine this. What if you could change one thing about yourself that could make a huge difference in your life? What if that one thing was your mindset? Changing your mindset can lead you to new opportunities, help you make smarter choices, and create real wealth. Rule 1: believe you can become wealthy. The first step to wealth starts inside your mind. Before you can hold a lot of money in your hands, you need to believe in your mind that it's possible. Many people fail even before they try because they don't believe they can be wealthy. They think things like, "People like me never get rich," or "You need to be lucky to succeed." Sometimes people grow up seeing poverty around them. If that's the case, they may think poverty is normal or that it's their destiny. This kind of thinking creates a prison inside their mind. It stops them from dreaming, from trying, and from growing. But wealth doesn't start with money, it starts in your mind. Think about it. If you don't believe you can be rich, your brain won't look for opportunities. You'll ignore good ideas. You'll avoid taking smart risks. You might say things like, "I'm not good enough," or "I don't have the right connections." But here's the good news. Belief is a choice. You can decide to believe something new. Even if your past was filled with failure, or if no one in your family ever became rich, you can still say, "I believe I can build a better future." And that belief will begin to change everything. Once you believe something is possible, your brain starts to work differently. It becomes more alert and creative. It starts looking for solutions, not excuses. You begin to take action. Small steps at first, and then bigger steps. Every rich person you admire was once just like you. They had fears and doubts. They had no guarantees, but they believed something better was possible. That belief gave them the courage to learn, try, and fail until they succeeded. You can do the same. Say this to yourself every day: "I am capable. I can learn, I can grow, I can build wealth." Repeat it, even if it feels strange at first. Over time, your belief will grow stronger. You'll start taking more action, and your life will begin to change. Rule 2: change your thoughts about money. Your relationship with money begins in your mind. From a young age, many people hear things like, "Money is the root of all evil," or "Rich people are selfish." These ideas enter our brains and shape how we think. You may not even realize it, but these thoughts can build a strong wall between you and the wealth you desire. If you believe that money is bad, your brain will push it away. It's like if you're afraid of something, your brain tries to protect you by avoiding it. So, if you think that having a lot of money will make you a bad person, or if you believe rich people are greedy, your mind will prevent you from becoming wealthy. You might not take action. You might miss good opportunities. You might make bad financial choices, and you won't even understand why. All because deep down, you believe money is negative. But here's the truth. Money is not evil. It's neutral. It's just a tool like a hammer or a knife. A hammer can be used to build a house or break a window. It depends on how you use it. Money is the same. A good person with money can help their family, support their community, and give freedom to others. A bad person with money might use it for selfish reasons. But the money itself is not good or bad. It's the intentions behind it that matter. You need to train your brain to see money as something positive. Money can give you choices. It can reduce your stress. It can give you the freedom to work on what you love. It can help you take care of your health, your family, and even strangers in need. So, how do you start changing your thoughts about money? Start by being aware of the beliefs you already have. Ask yourself, what did I hear about money growing up? Do I feel guilty when I talk about money? Do I admire rich people, or do I secretly dislike them? These questions can help you uncover the hidden beliefs that might be holding you back. Once you know what they are, you can begin replacing negative thoughts with positive ones. For example, start saying, "Money is a tool for freedom," or "Good people can do great things with money." You can also tell yourself, "I deserve to live a life without financial stress." Say these new beliefs every day, and soon they will become part of your natural thinking. Also, spend time learning how money works. The more you understand it, the less you'll fear it. Read books, watch videos, and listen to podcasts about saving, investing, and building wealth. Knowledge will give you confidence, and when you understand money, you'll be able to use it wisely. Rule 3: focus on skills, not luck. When people see someone who is rich or successful, they often say things like, "He's lucky," or "She was in the right place at the right time." This way of thinking can be dangerous. It teaches your brain to wait for luck instead of working hard to improve yourself. If you want to make more money, stop focusing on luck and start focusing on skills. Skills are what give you real power. People who earn more money are not always the smartest or most talented, but they know how to solve problems. They know how to help others, lead teams, sell ideas, or build things people need. These are all skills, and the great news is that anyone can learn them, including you. Think about it like this: every new skill you learn is like adding another tool to your toolbox. The more tools you have, the more jobs you can do. The more jobs you can do, the more valuable you become. And when you become more valuable, people will be willing to pay you more. For example, if you learn to speak clearly and confidently, you will be better at interviews, presentations, and leadership. If you learn sales, you can start your own business or help someone else grow theirs. If you learn digital skills like graphic design, video editing, or coding, you can work online and earn money from anywhere. Even learning emotional skills like staying calm under pressure or managing stress can help you perform better at work and avoid burnout. There is no limit to what you can learn. The internet is full of free videos, online courses, books, and communities that can teach you new skills. You don't need a university degree to become skilled. You just need time, focus, and a desire to grow. So ask yourself this powerful question: what skill can I learn this year that will increase my value? Don't wait for a lucky break. Build your skills, and you'll create your own opportunities. Skills will stay with you for a lifetime, while luck is just a short moment. Remember, luck might help you once, but skills will help you forever. Every skill you learn adds value to you, and even if you start as a beginner, it's okay. What matters is that you keep going. The more you practice, the better you get, and soon you'll be amazed by how much you've improved. Rule 4: save your brain from distractions. Your brain is a powerful tool. It helps you create ideas, solve problems, and build a better life. But just like any machine, it needs the right fuel and focus to work well. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. They are like little thieves that steal your time and energy every day. Your phone buzzes with messages. Social media fills your screen with funny videos. Someone calls you to gossip. The news constantly feeds you with fear and drama. These things may seem small, but together they rob you of your time and focus. Distractions are one of the biggest reasons why people stay stuck in their financial lives. You might have big dreams, starting a business, improving your skills, or changing your life. But if you're always checking your phone, watching random videos, or playing games for hours, those dreams stay just that, dreams. Nothing moves forward. Your brain is busy, but it's not productive. It's like being on a treadmill, you're moving, but you're not getting anywhere. If you want to make more money and live a better life, you need to protect your focus. Your attention is your superpower. What you focus on grows. So, train your brain to say no to things that waste your time. It's not easy. Your brain is used to distractions, but you can break this habit. Start small. Turn off notifications on your phone. Set a time limit for social media. Choose 1 hour a day to focus on something important, like learning, creating, or building something useful. Even 30 minutes of focus time each day can change your future. Use that time wisely. You could read a book about money, watch a course, or learn a new skill. Write down your goals for the day and check off what you've done. When you train your brain to focus on what matters, you'll feel stronger and more in control. You'll make better decisions and use your time wisely. Remember, time is your most valuable treasure. Rich people value their time. They don't waste it scrolling through social media. Instead, they invest that time in learning, growing, and building something that will last. You have the same 24 hours as everyone else. The difference is how you choose to use them. Rule 5. Learn how money works. Imagine you want to grow a beautiful tree. You need to understand how to care for it. You need to know how much sunlight it needs, how often to water it, and how to protect it from harm. The same is true for money. If you want to grow your money, you need to understand how it works. Sadly, many people were never taught how money really works. In school, we learned about history, math, or grammar, but we didn't learn how to save, invest, or grow wealth. As a result, many adults live with money problems throughout their lives. They don't know how to budget, they don't understand debt, and they fear money instead of using it as a tool. But here's the good news: you can teach yourself how money works. You don't need to be an expert or have a lot of money to start. You just need the desire to learn and the discipline to study a little each day. Start with the basics. Read beginner books on personal finance. Watch YouTube videos that explain how saving and investing work. Listen to podcasts that break down money topics in simple language. The more you learn, the more confident you'll become. Money is not magic, it follows simple rules. For example, spend less than you earn, save regularly, invest wisely, avoid bad debt, build multiple streams of income. These ideas are easy to understand, but if no one teaches you, you may never learn them. Self-education is key. The more you understand money, the more control you have over it. When you understand budgeting, you can manage your spending. When you understand investing, your money can grow even while you sleep. When you understand business, you can create income instead of waiting for someone to give you a job. When you understand money, you stop fearing it. Many people avoid checking their bank accounts because it makes them anxious. But knowledge removes fear. The more you learn, the stronger you become. You'll make better decisions and take action to improve your financial life. Start small. Just spend 10-15 minutes a day learning about money. Make it a habit. Over time, this knowledge will pay off. You'll be able to make smarter financial decisions and create wealth. Rule 6. Use the power of habits. Success isn't about one big event. It's not winning the lottery, finding a magic shortcut, or getting lucky. Real success, especially when it comes to money, is built slowly, one small action at a time. These small actions are called habits. Habits are things you do automatically, without even thinking about them. Brushing your teeth, checking your phone, drinking coffee, these are all habits. You don't have to decide every day, should I brush my teeth today? You just do it because it's become a habit. And that's the power of habits. When something becomes a habit, it's automatic and it shapes your life without much effort. If you want to become wealthy, you need to learn to use the power of habits. The first step is to look at your daily routine and ask, what habits are you creating? Let's say you wake up late, scroll through social media, complain about your job, and spend money on things you don't need. These may seem like small actions, but if you do them every day, they'll lead to a tired, lazy, and unmotivated brain. On the other hand, imagine a different morning. You wake up early, drink water, write down your goals, read a few pages of a book, and spend 30 minutes working on something important. You also check your budget before spending. These habits may seem small, but when you do them consistently, they help build discipline, energy, and focus. They train your brain for success. It doesn't matter if you're not perfect. You don't have to change everything overnight. Start small. Choose one good habit and do it every day for a week. Once that habit is in place, add another. The key is consistency. The more you repeat good actions, the more your brain learns to follow a positive path. Here are some habits that can help you make more money. Wake up early. This gives you quiet time to think, plan, and focus on what's important. Write down your goals. This helps you stay focused and clear about what you want to achieve. Learn something new every day. Just 15 minutes of reading or listening can change your mindset. Track your spending. This helps you control money instead of letting it control you. Work on a skill or side hustle. Even small progress adds up over time. Think of your habits like seeds. You plant them every day, and at first, nothing seems to happen. But with time, care, and attention, those seeds grow into something beautiful. Wealth is the fruit that comes from your habits. So start today with one small habit that will help you become the person who attracts more money. Rule 7. Think like a producer, not a consumer. If you want to become rich, you need to think differently from most people. Most people think like consumers. They spend their money on food, clothes, entertainment, and things they don't really need. They buy new phones, fancy coffee, and gadgets. After spending all that money, they look at their bank account and feel stressed or empty. This is how the poor and middle class live, always consuming but never producing. Rich people, however, think like producers. Instead of asking, "What can I buy?" they ask, "What can I create?" They look for ways to build something, solve problems, and add value to the world. They produce businesses, books, apps, services, and ideas. They don't just spend money, they create wealth. This shift in thinking is powerful. If you are always thinking like a consumer, you are always giving money away. But when you start thinking like a producer, money starts coming toward you. Let's look at a simple example. A consumer buys a cake. A producer learns to bake cakes and sells them. A consumer watches videos. A producer makes videos. A consumer buys clothes. A producer designs or sells clothes. Even if you don't have a big business idea right now, you can begin thinking like a producer in small ways. Maybe you could teach something online, sell a handmade product, offer a service, or create useful content like blogs or videos. These are all ways to produce. When you start thinking like a producer, your brain becomes sharper. You stop waiting for opportunities. Instead, you start creating them. You no longer say, "I can't afford that." Instead, you ask, "How can I earn more to afford it?" This simple shift changes your life. Producers see problems as opportunities. If people need help with cleaning, childcare, tutoring, or tech support in your area, you can offer those services. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be helpful. And people pay for solutions. This doesn't mean you should never enjoy things. It's okay to spend money on things you love, but it's important to be aware of your habits. If all your time is spent consuming, watching, buying, and taking, you are building someone else's dream, not your own. Here's a challenge for you. Every day, ask yourself, what did I produce today? It could be something small, a helpful message, a blog post, a plan, a product, a lesson, or an idea. These small acts of creation train your brain to think like a wealth builder. Start today, shift your thinking, become a creator. Solve problems. Use your energy not just to take from the world, but to give something of value. Money follows those who create, not those who consume. Rule 8: surround yourself with growth-minded people. Have you ever noticed how you start to think and act like the people you spend the most time with? This is not a coincidence. Your brain is like a sponge. It absorbs the energy, words, and habits of the people around you. Your environment, the people, places, and conversations you engage with, shapes your mindset more than you realize. If you spend your days with people who complain a lot, focus on problems, or are afraid of success, your brain will start to think the same way. You might feel stuck, discouraged, or doubtful about your own abilities. This happens because your brain wants to fit in and be accepted. It tries to match the feelings and thoughts of the people closest to you. But there's good news. You can change your environment. If you want to grow, get richer, and improve your life, you must choose to be around people who think differently. People who dream big, work hard, and believe in personal growth will inspire you to do the same. Their energy will motivate you, their ideas will challenge you, and their habits will teach you new ways of thinking. This is why many successful people say your income and mindset depend on the 5 people you spend the most time with. Surround yourself with growth-minded people, and your brain will start to think bigger and better. Even if you can't change your immediate circle of friends or family, you can still choose who you follow online. Look for mentors, coaches, or teachers who share positive messages about success, money, and self-improvement. Join groups or clubs where people support each other's progress and talk about their goals. There are online communities full of people ready to help and inspire you. Your brain will soak up this positive energy, and your mind will grow stronger, faster. It's like planting seeds in fertile soil. When you're surrounded by growth, your mind grows too. Remember, the right environment is like a safe place for your dreams. It helps you believe in yourself and your ability to succeed. It pushes you forward when you feel tired or discouraged. It shows you examples of what's possible. On the other hand, a negative environment is like quicksand. It pulls you down and stops you from moving forward. Here's a simple way to check your environment. Think about the people you spend the most time with. Do they encourage you? Do they believe in your success? Do they celebrate your progress? Or do they focus on problems, doubts, and excuses? If it's the latter, it's time to make a change. You don't have to cut people out of your life, but you can limit your time with those who hold you back. Use your free time to connect with people who inspire and support you. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you want a richer, smarter, and stronger brain, choose your company carefully. Surround yourself with people who think big, act boldly, and believe in growth. Rule 9. Manage emotions, especially fear. When it comes to money, many people think that laziness or lack of skill is the reason they don't succeed. But often, the real problem is emotions, especially fear. Fear is one of the strongest feelings we have, and it can stop us from making the right decisions to grow our money and improve our lives. Fear makes people avoid risks. It whispers, "What if you lose everything?" This fear can stop people from investing, starting a business, or even asking for a raise at work. Instead of moving forward, they freeze or they run away. The result? Missed opportunities and money left on the table. Fear is natural. It helps protect us from danger. But when fear controls your decisions about money, it becomes a problem. It stops you from trying new things, learning new skills, and taking the risks needed to grow. Other emotions can also cause problems. For example, anger can make you spend money impulsively to feel better. Jealousy can lead you to compare yourself to others, which may cause you to make bad financial decisions just to keep up. Sadness or frustration can make you give up too soon. That's why managing your emotions is one of the most important skills for building wealth. The good news is you can train your brain to control your emotions. The first step is learning to pause before reacting. When you feel fear, anger, or stress about money, take a deep breath. Give yourself a moment to think. Ask yourself, is this fear helping me or hurting me? Am I making this decision based on facts or feelings? Then ask yourself, what is the smart thing to do now? Using logic and facts doesn't mean ignoring your feelings. It means listening to both your heart and your brain and choosing the path that leads to the best results. For example, if you want to invest money but feel scared, start by learning more about investing. Begin small. Talk to experts. Make a plan. These steps help reduce fear and give you confidence. The more you practice managing your emotions, the easier it becomes. You'll start to see challenges as opportunities to learn, not threats to avoid. This emotional control will help you make better money decisions. You'll stop panicking when the market drops. You'll avoid spending money out of anger or sadness. Instead, you'll make calm, thoughtful choices that grow your wealth. Remember, money is a tool, not a source of stress. When your emotions control money, money controls you. But when you control your emotions, you control your money and your future. Rule 10. Use failure as a money teacher. Failure is something everyone experiences. No one is perfect, and making mistakes is a part of life. But what separates wealthy people from those who stay stuck is how they view failure. Poor thinkers fear failure. They see it as something to avoid, a sign that they are not good enough. But rich thinkers see failure as a teacher, a valuable guide on the path to success. If you lose money, make a bad deal, or fail in business, it can feel painful. You might want to give up and think, I'm not good at this, or maybe money isn't for me. But these thoughts will stop you from growing. Instead, try asking yourself a different question. What did this failure teach me? When you ask this, your brain begins to change. You start to see mistakes not as the end of the road, but as stepping stones. Each failure gives you important information about what worked and what didn't. This knowledge helps you make better decisions next time. Think about famous people who became successful. Did they never fail? No, many failed multiple times. For example, Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." He kept trying until he found the right way. His success came from learning from failure, not being afraid of it. Every failure you experience is like a lesson for your brain. It builds something very important: resilience. Resilience means you don't give up no matter how hard things get. It means you get stronger with every challenge. When you train your brain to see failure as a tool for learning, you become more confident. You start trying new things without fear because you know that even if you fail, you will learn something valuable. This mindset helps you take smart risks, risks that are necessary to build wealth. Failure also teaches you patience. Building money and success takes time. Sometimes progress is slow, and sometimes you lose before you win. But with a strong, failure-friendly mindset, you keep moving forward step by step. Here's a simple practice to use failure as a teacher. After any mistake or loss, write down what happened. Ask yourself, what can I do differently next time? What did I learn about money, people, or myself? Over time, this habit makes your brain stronger and smarter. Remember, failure is not your enemy. It's a friend that pushes you to learn, improve, and become better. The only true failure is stopping because of fear or shame. So don't fear failure. Instead, use it. Let every loss and mistake become fuel for your success.
Hey, if you learned something new today, please give this video a like. Write your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second and it really helps to create more English videos for you. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.